Liverpool 1, Man City 1. This stalemate means Arsenal are top of the league. What's good, guys, and welcome to another episode of Mini Football Logic. It's Zeno here, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about arguably the biggest game of the season so far between Liverpool and Manchester City. First versus second coming into the match week. Obviously, Arsenal winning yesterday, or shall I say on Saturday, set the tone and made it clear that one of these two teams had to win to become first and have the slight advantage going into the next and the last 10 games of the season. Now, as the game started off with Man City in control, they were the ones creating, half chances here and there. But boy, didn't Liverpool turn the game around, especially after Man City scored and then Liverpool managed to get a penalty as soon as the second half started, in which they managed to equalise from. From there, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Liverpool threw the kitchen sink at Man City. I have not seen Man City be dominating like this in a long time. Probably since a Liverpool game in the past, to be honest. It was complete control and domination pretty much from the majority of that second half. But unfortunately, Liverpool could not convert that domination and opportunity into goals. There is one man potentially to blame from that, which is unfortunately Luis Diaz, who was probably the most inspirational player out there on the pitch in an attacking sense for Liverpool. And yet, unfortunately, he was the one that cost them the victory. Now, obviously, Liverpool fans will point towards the penalty shot at the end where Doku did kick McAllister in the chest and didn't get any of the ball. But the reality is the game should have been well finished by then. That's the harsh reality of it. We all know that Liverpool have been kind of unfortunate with decisions this season thanks to VAR. But again, this is just how VAR is. A lot of teams will cry foul of it. Moving on though. Obviously, people maybe didn't expect Liverpool to play at the level that they were at because as we know, they've been hit by injuries. Konate didn't play. I'm not sure why he didn't play. Maybe someone could tell me. Konate didn't play. Of course, Cancer came in, and of course, he did his thing. Van Dijk's, son, his apprentice, he came in, he did his thing alongside of him. Van Dijk, again, was inspirational. Haaland was completely pocketed, completely ghosted. Oh boy, he did not do anything. Completely neutered. As we all know, that Haaland is a player that needs service to him. He's not going to be able to influence games on his own. I think I've said this before, to be honest. I think I might be repeating myself. Nonetheless, nothing to see from him. De Bruyne was a bit influential and slightly ineffective, although he did have the assist for Stone's goal to give them the lead. Obviously, the defence was strong. They had to be because of the pressure they were under. Nathan Ake was solid. The two centre-backs, I don't even remember City. Do you even know what system they're playing with? I can just tell you that Walker was solid. He tried his best to contain Diaz, although he had times where he did struggle and he did suffer under the Colombians playing. He did his thing. John Stones playing a CDM or centre back, he did his thing. Ruben Diaz, I guess Ruben Diaz is Ruben Diaz. Ederson, of course. Well, obviously, Ake, probably the worst moment for Ake and for City in the game was the back pass. So maybe Ake wasn't all that now that I sit down and I think about it. Because I am trying to look past the mistake because guess what? Mistakes happen in football. It's all about whether your team can bounce back and recover and, not let that affect them. But the reality is, Ake's back pass, it led to, Ederson having to boot Darwin Núñez into the skies towards the cop end. And it had to be a penalty because... come on, let's be honest, it was a Stonewall penalty. And as a result of that, Liverpool scored a penalty, McAllister, even though I thought Núñez should have taken it. And at that point on, Liverpool took control. Now, there was some weird substitutions from both sides. Obviously, the main one for City was Kevin De Bruyne going off, and he was not very happy about it at all. Continued to share dialogue with Pep, and Pep probably had to calm him down, but he was still complaining. It is what it is. What can you do? He wasn't effective anymore. Pep had to make a change. Doku came on and he almost won the game for City. He hit the post near the end. Liverpool, on the other hand, they took off Núñez instead of taking off Diaz. Like, I advocated personally for Diaz to go off because of those missed chances. But I guess what Diaz was offering in terms of actual attacking play was more valuable than potential what Núñez was offering. So Klopp probably just thought, okay, let me put Gakpo in there. Even though we all know Gakpo is just not effective as a false nine, especially in games of this magnitude. So when he had that chance near the end, and he completely hesitated, he took the ball of Diaz, and then he hesitated and passed the ball to Salah, who we know isn't fit and he's out of rhythm. No surprise that nothing came out of that. But boy, were Liverpool close to making a huge statement. Because let's be honest, that wasn't 100% Liverpool. Salah was on the bench, Konate wasn't playing, Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't playing. Although Conor Bradley has stepped up in recent games, he doesn't quite offer the quality that Trent did, and we could see it in the moments in the final third when he had the ball. The final delivery of the cross was a tad too late. He took an extra touch, and then the opportunity was missed because the players that were making the run into the box already made their runs and finished their runs, and it was too late. So, and obviously Robertson didn't start either as well. Joe Gomez, being the utility man that he's become, had to play left back and right back in this game, and he did as well as he can within his ability in those games. So, in those positions throughout the game. So, all in all, you got to give him credit for that. But all in all, Liverpool look back at this game as one they could have won. And because of how tight the title race is, this could come back and it could really cost them, because Man City were really off colour. Yeah, they weren't at their best at all. And when Man City aren't at their best, a team of that quality, you got to take them. You got to take advantage of that. Now, Klopp will talk about how proud he is of the team, and he should rightly be so, because to be able to play like that, for me to stand here and talk about how they could have won the game despite the situation that they're in, it's magnificent. A lot of people didn't expect Liverpool to be this intense in the title race, even though a lot of people that know ball would have seen this coming. Klopp's final season, everyone's emotionally charged, everyone wants to do proud for the man, and then want the season to finish in a bang. They could win 4 trophies this season. It's crazy. Now, City can also win, I think, 3 trophies themselves. So, honestly, it's one of those situations there where these are the 2 top teams in the country, and there's Arsenal there in the background lurking. Might be their chance now. Yeah, now they gotta see what they can do against Manchester City, and if they can get a result there, boy, the tide starts to turn, because people are not looking at Arsenal as the favourites right now. It's still City as the favourites despite this dodgy performance, and then maybe Liverpool after them because they have their experience, and then Arsenal because they were 10 points ahead. All right, not even 1 point ahead or goal difference ahead. Yeah, they were 10 points ahead and they let it slip. How can you back them? You just can't. Now, you might say they might have learned from their experiences, from last season, just like they learned from their top 4 experience and then made sure top 4 was theirs the following season. But this is a whole different caliber of animal we're facing here. Liverpool have been chasing Man City and have lost most times to this team because they're one of the most inevitable forces in the history of the Premier League. But we'll have to just wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? But in this game, Liverpool did all they could and they could have won the game. But City really got away with one. Nonetheless, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of Mini Football Logic. Make sure to subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. Nonetheless, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next episode.
Mini Logic.